Having a rough day today, guys. Rough morning. Well, started last night. I got thrown out of the Sheetz parking lot. And this morning, they said no loitering in the parking lot. I was pulled in. I was just sitting in my vehicle using their Wi-Fi. He says, well, you could go in the store. You could come into the store. And I thought, I did go into this. I went into the store. I used a restroom. I bought a drink. I'm actually going to call the company and complain because they are shooing away customers, for God's sake. So then I wake up, I go to Walmart. I can't even think. I'm still half asleep, I think. I go over to McDonald's to grab something to eat real quick because I can feel my blood sugars low. So, I mean, I always need to eat right away when I wake up. So I go to McDonald's to get something to eat, and I had to use the restroom real quick first. And there's a McDonald's employee in there, and she didn't wash her hands. She just ran out the door. So I ran out after, not ran, but I went right out after her, and I said, you better wash your hands. Well, actually, she wasn't out the door yet when I said it. She had opened the door. And she turned around and looked at me. Well, she looks like she has Down syndrome. And she turned around and looked at me and took off out the door anyway. So I followed her out and over to the counter, and I asked for the manager, and I said, this girl didn't wash her hands in the restroom. I said, she came out, she used a sanitizer dispenser hanging on the wall, and then dried her hands on her dirty pants. So the manager, told her, I mean, she talked to her real nice. Honey, you have to wash your hands. Go back in and wash your hands. I did use that. I used that. And she's sniffing her hands and, insisting that she was clean. And the manager kept telling her, you have to wash your hands. You have to go back in and wash your hands, honey. Just wash your hands for me. Well, she took off across the parking lot like she wasn't going to do it. And then, sorry, I'm trying to park. I came over to the library to use the Wi-Fi. I lost my appetite, and I still went through the drive-thru and got an Egg McMuffin. I thought, well, she's not cooking, and whatever I get, she's still in the restroom washing her hands, so she's not going to be touching when I'm cooking. I don't think they have her cooking or serving. I think she just goes around and wipes tables or whatever. I think. I don't know for sure, but it was gross. It really squelched my appetite, that's for sure. I just can't get over that they wouldn't teach their employees, especially someone with special needs like that, the importance of it. Wash your hands, for God's sake. That's 101. Wash your hands when you use a restroom. And using sanitizer doesn't get it all off. I mean, especially if you're going to dry the sanitizer off your hands on your dirty pants. I mean, come on. I don't know. I'm not going to want to be using that restroom or that restaurant. I'm going to think of that every time I go there now. So anyway, I got kicked out of Sheetz parking lot. I keep wanting to say Walmart. I am really half asleep. Kicked out of Sheetz parking lot last night. I was trying to stay in this area because they're saving boxes for me at the grocery store so that I can organize the junk in the back here. I talked about yesterday, organizing what's in this back seat and getting it out of here into storage. And I thought if I had some boxes, I could organized better. So I went and asked, and they said they'll save them for me starting this morning. So I thought, I'll do that. I have to get this stuff out of this van, everything. I have things I have to return to Walmart, and I have to drop, getting the stuff out of the van means taking it to the storage unit near where the kids live. So I have all this to do today because tomorrow the van's being dropped off to be serviced. So it's going to be a busy day, even though I only got a few hours sleep in the parking lot. I wound up going up to Walmart. I left Sheetz and drove up to Walmart, and everything's a mess in the back. More things out of the apartment, and the bedding is at my friend's house where I'll be staying. So I didn't have, the mattress is back there, but I didn't have anything to cover with, or, the pillows are out and everything. So I just leaned this seat back and slept on it like I used to at the apartment sometimes when I just couldn't bring myself to go in. So anyway, it's a little bit lighter, and you can see the crap all piled up back there. So yeah, that needs cleaned up. And that curtain rod I bought, and some curtains to make a divider in between, that's waiting now until after the van is serviced. And that'll be probably one of the first things I do. After I clean, I'll figure a way to rig that curtain. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that curtain rod. It's a tension rod. I may or may not. I also bought some clips that I can clip up into this divider here that goes along the roof. I bought some kind of clips that I can pinch onto the curtain and maybe, I don't know, I'm going to see, or maybe pinch up there, I don't know. I'll have to see how I can do it. Look how the paper looks from the inside during the day. All that brown paper on the windows. So it's not exactly, completely blocking all the light and everything, but you can't really see in from outside at all. So that's what the purpose of it was to make sure that nobody can look in at me when I'm sleeping. But last night, I was just leaned back in my seat listening to a video at Sheetz, and when I got thrown out of there. So if I had gone ahead and climbed in the back and got comfy on the mattress, he wouldn't have seen me in here. I probably should have done that. Anyway, I'm going to go eat my Egg McMuffin. Got my breakfast. I haven't had one of these in so long. And I pulled up and they said $3.69. $3.69 for an Egg McMuffin. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh my God, where have I been? Under a rock? And then when I got to the window, I told her, I said, I actually have been under a rock for 5 years. I didn't have a vehicle. I've been living under a rock. I had no idea. And then we started getting into a conversation in the drive-thru about how much everything costs. This grocery store over here, where they're saving the boxes for me, the cost of their food is so high, it's unbelievable. There's one item that I buy frequently. It's about $2.50 more expensive. Yeah. $2.50 something. Over $2.50 more for one item. And then there's something else that I buy a lot for. These are meat products because they're already prepared and I need the protein. And the other one, it's a smaller item, but they're a full dollar more. So it's just crazy, the prices. I just can't even believe it. But like I said, I have been living under a rock. I'll talk to you later. Okay. All right. Now I feel a little bit better. I just spent some time at the library using their Wi-Fi and making some phone calls I had to make. And one of the calls I made was to the Sheetz store. And I talked with the assistant manager, one of the assistant managers. And she was very, very nice. And I explained to her what happened and the things that this guy said. And she was not too happy with him. So she's, she said it's really raising some questions for me as to, what our policy actually is. And she's going to have someone, well, she won't be there. She's going to have the other assistant manager speak to him. And she said, I could see if he was concerned for your safety or something like that. She said they do have a loitering problem, that was his big thing, no loitering. And I said, why do you have free Wi-Fi if people can't use it? What do you care if I sit in my vehicle and use it rather than to come in and sit at your table and use it? You know what I mean? I just was leaned back in my seat and listening to a video, using the Wi-Fi. And yes, I had been there for a while, but I also used the store. I used the restroom. I made a purchase. So, I let her know. And I said, I'm not some kid, because she said they have teenagers that drink and do drugs and that kind of thing behind the building, and that's why they don't allow loitering. I said, well, I'm 57 years old. I'm no kid, loitering around your building up to no good. I says, anyway, I explained to her everything that happened and everything that this guy said. And so she's going to look into it and she's going to give me a call back. So I'll let you know what she says. But I just, I told her, she said something about their store being welcoming. I said, no, not at all. And I said, I may not be the only person. I said, I think this guy's running off your customers. I'll be honest with you. I said, I'm a night owl and I'm out at night a lot. And I've come by there and I think to myself, how do they maintain a 24-hour business when they don't have any customers? There's never any cars there. And I said, well, it's no wonder if he's driving them off. So, I don't know, she's looking into it. So, I just told her, I said, no, it is not welcoming. Not at all. Not at all. Why do you have free Wi-Fi if people aren't allowed to use it? So, I'll let you guys know what she has to say.